problem?
Mr. Henriksen.
Wendy?
Could I talk to you for a minute?
Certainly.
Should I close the door? Thank you. I know you're a busy man.
Please, never too busy. Come on in. What's on your mind? Have a seat.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I've rehearsed this in my head, but it's still hard. I saw Mr. and Mrs. Embry at Applebee's on Saturday. I was at the salad bar with my mom when they came in with 2 other women.
Okay.
Something wasn't right. Something not natural. I could tell. So when the 2 other ladies went to the restroom, I followed them. I know it was wrong, but I had to. They were talking about whose turn it was to cut Mr. Embry's hair.
I don't understand.
They're polygamists.
But how do you know they weren't his sisters? You have sisters, right?
Not like that.
Maybe Don's sisters are like that, or they're aunts or nieces. Did you think of that?
I know what I saw. And it's against the church and the law.
Wendy, as long as the people that work here are doing their jobs, what they do in their bedrooms is none of our concern. Don's always treated you with respect, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Peg that hired you. And I can tell you unequivocally, Don is not what you're saying he is. Everyone in the Henriksen Home Plus family is treated with respect. Hasn't that been your experience?
Yes, sir.
That's right. So let's get off this subject. It's very unsavory.
But I know what I saw.
What you saw was an action, but you didn't necessarily see the label you're putting on it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. There you are.
I am so sorry, Mrs. Henriksen, to have had you come all the way down here, but first she said she was your sister, then she said she was your neighbor, and I thought, this sounds like identity theft to me.
If I had just given her the card.
You mean your sister?
But I was in such a hurry this morning, it just slipped my mind.
Sally, can you scan this for Mrs. Henriksen? You know, Mr. Henriksen is super strict about family members presenting the actual discount card because otherwise, you know, somebody's sister or somebody's neighbor or something could say, oh, I'm related to so-and-so. I get 20% off, too.
I understand. Thank you.
Oh, Wendy, hon. I don't know for certain if they took it or just copied it. The first quarterly report was missing, and the second was next to the fax machine. What did he look like exactly? Surely you got a name.
What about accounts receivable?
They were in a heap. A stack of vendors' accounts were found out in the parking lot.
Sorry about that. Let's get back to business. So, what's the bottom line?
They took my quarterlies, and Tom from IT said there were fingerprints all over the system. Somebody tried to hack in. Apparently, they were able to make several trips to their car before being apprehended.
All right. If they didn't hack into the system, then we're probably okay. Oh. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, I don't care what he told you. I do not want him using our attorney. The answer is no.
A lot of the employees are talking. All kinds of rumors have started up. People know the burglar was caught and then let go. And they have concocted some truly wild scenarios to explain why the police weren't called in. I tell them, you can be sure Mr. Henriksen has his reasons, but is there something I could say to them? Something you'd like me to say to put an end to all this gossip?
Wendy, if the police get involved, if this becomes a matter of public record, our insurance goes sky high through the roof. Now, we'll handle it privately. I tell you this in strictest confidence. You understand? Okay.
You okay, Miss Hunt?
No, Del, I am not.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry to hear that.
Someone I trusted very, very much has betrayed me. If you knew someone was an imposter, Del, and say they were pretending to be somebody they were not, hoodwinking others, and they were about to receive an honor based on false representations, wouldn't it be your responsibility to sit them down and talk to them?
About what?
About what they were doing. About how misguided they were. Isn't it your duty to help them?
Well, I suppose it is. If I thought it was my business.
Well, I think it is your business. That's what I think. I mean, how could you live with yourself if you didn't try and help them?